Hi everyone, but yeah, Jet needs to join us as usual. Just a second, he will send a request. So it's been a week. A lot happened during this week, to be honest. I guess he's here. Jet, is it you? Yes. There's a request, I guess. Yeah. I didn't
Hey,
confirm. No, I did. Hi, Jet.
how you
Glad to
doing,
see
brother?
you, man.
Yeah, you too.
You're in a cap today.
I am. I am.
What's written on it?
TSM.
TSM.
Yeah, in
So
Japanese though. But like
it's
TSM, like the Apex team. Yeah.
the Apex team.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you're a fan.
Yeah.
Now I see it. Now I see it.
Yeah.
Uh, the most known, I mean, the only one I guess I know from that team is Imperial Hell, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, is he the most famous or not?
I'd say he's probably the most famous Apex player. I would think. I think. I don't know. Like, other than like maybe like Nick Merckx, but like he's just crazy famous like without Apex, and he just started playing Apex. So I don't know. Like, I'd say Imperial Hell's the most famous like Apex player that got famous playing Apex, probably.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So today I prepared a bit. I have a list of some topics I wanted to
Cool.
let you know about. Yeah, and some of my friends joined. Go on, bro. Okay. But it's different, by the way. It wasn't in a chat, but in the private messages. So
Ah,
you can do it like that. I didn't know that, by the way.
yeah, me neither.
Yeah, some stuff that I forgot to tell you last week,
Okay.
just because I didn't go through the news that were that week. But a lot happened, and yeah, and before we met last week, it was a month before, or a month without streams.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is why I missed everything. On that, in that month that passed, and we wasn't meeting, uh, Russians took that Severodonetsk. I remember I've told you about it
Yeah.
on the east. It's on the east, and they took it in, like, it was maybe two, no, maybe more, 3 weeks ago already.
Yeah.
So they took it, but they took it without destroying our troops. They just well, they retreated in, like, as planned. So they came back to some other lines of defenses, and they yeah, now they are protecting the whole, like, the straight line of front line. It was like a pocket before,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
Russians tried to circle our troops, but our troops retreated to the better positions, and they didn't pocket anyone. They didn't destroy our troops, and I guess it was a planned operation. And they, as they say, I mean, as our armed forces say, they just completed their mission by holding Russians in that point, holding the biggest troops of Russians on the east. So our troops could make some little counterattacks, for example, on the south. So yeah, south is the most prospective part of Ukraine that could be counter-attacked by Ukrainian forces, like this summer already. I mean, the massive counterattack with taking some cities, because there were only some villages.
Yeah.
Right now, we have Kherson there. It's the biggest city that they were able to take, Russians, I mean. And now the main goal for us in upcoming months is taking back that city.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, it's definitely going to be hard, but it seems that our troops are preparing for it with all they have, and yeah, this is what's going to happen. Yeah, that's TX asking, yo, Carl, how's it going, man? Things getting better? Well, they are not getting better yet, definitely, because we have some major problems here. A lot of people still dying. We have a lot of terrorist attacks by Russians because their tactics is launching missiles on our cities, on our just on our streets. Because let's take one typical terroristic act that happened this week. It was in a city of Vinnytsya. We have it's like a regional center.
Okay.
It's a city, I guess, around maybe less, but around 500,000 people living there. Maybe 250,000, a quarter definitely. So what they did, Russians, they launched 2 huge missiles. I guess it was more than 2, but our anti-missile systems, they took some of them down, and 2 rockets hit the very center of the city. So they destroyed a parking lot which was full of cars with people sitting in them, and yeah, the second rocket hit the big building that was yeah, it was not a living building, but it has a medical center in it. So they destroyed that medical center with people that were there. We have, let me check the numbers. We have 24 people died in that missile strike. 24 people, and 3 of them were children. So, you know, it's terrible. And 4 children wounded, I guess. 68 people were hospitalized, like with some major wounds, and even more people were having some, not more, around 40 people were having a little less injuries.
Yeah,
a little
less severe,
smaller.
but still injured. Yeah.
Yeah, less severe. And yeah, that's a huge terroristic act that I watched some videos. I was thinking of showing you some today, but I changed my mind because damn, it's really hard to watch.
Yeah.
It's such a chaos. Like only yesterday, it was on Wednesday when it happened, and only today or yesterday, video from the first minutes was published. First minutes of that missile strike. It was such a chaos. People are just everything's burning, people running around, some of them badly wounded, and yeah, that's a fucking nightmare happened there. And yeah, that's one of the biggest tragedies happened this week. It's terrible. Another one happened a week ago. It was on Sunday. It was night. The other tactics of Russians, what they do, they strike the apartment building while people are sleeping around 3 or 4 a.m. or sometimes 5 a.m. It was in Chasiv Yar. We have such a, it's small, I guess. It's not maybe a town, some kind of big village, or something like that. And our how do you call them? The service that is like digging those ruins.
Excavators and stuff, or?
Yeah, excavators. But we have like a service, not a fireman, but yeah, they're also firemen. But we call them here a rescue service.
Oh yeah,
like
we same thing here. Rescue service, rescue team, that kind of thing. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so rescue team was working for 5 days, I guess. They were digging. It was like a 5-floor apartment building,
Okay.
and yeah, they were digging for 5 or 6 days. They dug 48 people in those ruins.
Oh
Can
my
you
God.
imagine? 48 people were buried alive. It happened on July 10th, and yeah, only July 16th we knew the full number of people died. Is just terrible, yeah. And every week we have some major. Yeah, Alice is helping me. She's saying 5 days. The dig side were having it for 5 days, and 9 people were still alive. So yeah, they rescued 9 people. So 9
Yeah.
people survived that shit. That ruination. Do you have such a word
Yeah.
in English?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So some people stayed alive, but 48 people is a huge number. Terroristic acts like that happening each week here in Ukraine. So yeah, I missed a message from TX. I'm imagining flights have been completely stopped. Yeah, flights been completely stopped since the beginning of invasion. If you're still there, TX. And yes, so this is what is shocking us every day and making our mood go down. I mean, Ukrainians, we really, well, it is, for me personally, it is still not, I cannot get used to this. Part of me got used to this. Unfortunately, it's really bad, but when you have that shit every day, like these huge terroristic acts are happening like once a week, or maybe like this week it was 2 of them, but smaller shelling of cities and rocket strikes are happening not almost every fucking day. So you're getting used to this news, but when something huge happens, something huge like Vinnytsya or Chasiv Yar, it's just like getting you down some mentally for
Yeah, well,
some
of
time.
course. Yeah, it's bad for morale, right? Like nobody likes to see that, and especially repeatedly. I mean, none of it should be happening at all, but like, yeah,
Yeah,
it's just repeated tragedy. Of course, it's gonna wear on you, right? Like, it's an
yeah,
understandable reaction,
definitely,
right?
definitely. That's the goal of Russia, to just completely demoralize us with these terroristic acts, and they are naive in this because our nation is just getting angrier on them and wanting to kill them all. But they keep doing this. Hey, Sativa
Sativa
Gid,
Gid. Yeah, his
Sativa
name's
Gid.
Gideon. You can call him Gideon. How you doing,
Hey,
Gid?
Gideon. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I was telling Jet about those terroristic acts of Russia is making each week here at least, and shelling our civilian blocks each day. It's really hard here, and yeah, morally. And so there are operations in demoralizing Ukrainian people, but it's really hard to demoralize us because
Because you're a
this
bunch of
is
tough motherfuckers, for one.
not only this, but you know, this is too. Um, but yeah, because we're getting just more angrier on
Yeah.
Russians. This is why we are having some, you know, major topic in here. Uh, the question is, should we invade Russia and punish Russians after we take our lands back?
Yeah.
well, like it was in Germany in 1945, because the problem is Russia will be striking us with missiles all the time. Well, even when we will take our lands back, all our lands back, they will still be launching missiles. So first that we can do is strike their territory. But it's not that simple. Striking their territory is something that we promised not to do to our partners, to European countries and to members of NATO. Well, it's not something in foreseeable future. Yes, Ellis is saying that we won't do that. We're not terrorists. Definitely, I'm at the same side. That I don't think that we should invade Russia and kill their civilians. It's terrible. We're not like Russians. We're not going to do that. But some of our warriors, some of our soldiers are having a discussion. I just watched a short a video of one of our wounded soldiers, and he said that he was talking to other soldiers who's in hospitals, and the only thing that they are arguing with, should they do this or not? I mean, should they go to Kremlin and destroy the Third Reich like in 1945? But yeah, this is not something that will happen in foreseeable future, because first we need to take back our territories, and it is really a hard task because we don't have enough weapons, and our weapons should be like the spectrum of weapons that we need to have to go to the counterattack. To successful counterattack.
So it'd be like long-range missile systems and stuff like that, right? Like, because the counterattack likely wouldn't be, not right away anyway, it wouldn't be a front line of soldiers running in there, right? It would be missile strikes kind of thing. I would imagine.
Important thing. And not only missiles, we need planes, jets.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need U-jet and a lot of jets. And we need tanks, also tanks. Currently, tanks and jets is something that our partners are not giving us. Well, we have tanks from Poland, because Poland is our biggest partner, and they will give everything they have just to stop Russia here. And we had more than 200 tanks from them. I'm not sure. They were saying that they gave us 242 like 2 days ago, but 2 months ago they gave the same number. I'm not sure if it's another 242 or the same, and they are coming just now. Who knows? It's hard to understand yet, because we don't have all the information, because it's secret information, because if we would know that, Russia will strike those tanks before they reach the fields of combat, and we'd receive only destroyed tanks.
Those aren't as good.
But Poland is the only country who gave us tanks, and no country in the world gave us jets. So this is the problem. We cannot counterattack efficiently without those weapons, huge, heavy weapons that they are. Well, how did I get to this? Where did I start?
I don't know. I think I sidetracked you because we were talking about counterattacks, right? And like the possibility of attacking on Russian soil, taking back territory that they've taken, etc.
Yeah, I'm sure we will not do that, but it is still far away, and we don't know how it will go. what will happen in this, let's say, a year, because unfortunately here we were thinking in the beginning of the war, our officials told us, most of them, some of them weren't saying those things, but some of them said that we're gonna finish this war pretty fast.
Yeah.
That Russia is weak, and we're gonna get them back to their territory pretty fast. But war goes on, months go one by one, and we see that it might take a year or 2 more years, and yeah, it's hard to be in this state morally, definitely, for our people.
Well, of course.
Yeah, and anyway, we will be doing our best. I hope we will not be separated in our goals. You know, we're really united as the nation, now, and I hope there's going to be enough of our patience to get through this war and win it without casualties in our sovereignty and in our beliefs, like in common goals of our nation. Yes. So what I was wanted to say, Gideon said, unfortunately, NATO did not help the coastline. With the coastline, maybe you meant, in the Black Sea, they had a chance to help. They have it now, but yeah, by the way, about the coastline, we have our ports blocked, and there was some work done by our governments that was, yeah, they were trying to negotiate with Russia to unblock our ports and provide us with some corridors for the grain to be transported out of our ports, because it's blocked there for 5 months already. And we need to sell it. It was a huge part of our economics, and now we lost it. So
right?
What happened this week? There was a meeting in Istanbul. I guess it's in Istanbul in English. And it was a meeting of 3 countries: Ukraine, Russia, and Turkey. And also UN was a participant in that. They are like taking a big part in that. And they came to an agreement, finally, some agreement. Those negotiations were going for 2 months already, I guess, and Russia was not doing any steps forward. But they finally made an agreement. It's still not signed. They will sign it in a week from that point. It was Wednesday, also Wednesday.
Okay.
So it's going to happen on Wednesday if Russia will be good and not get everything down again right before it's signed. What else? I've read about this agreement, and it's still super risky. We cannot rely on Russia fully, but what options do we have? We have Turkey as the like controller. I don't know how to say it in English. The party that will just control the process and oversee. Intermediary. They will oversee the process, and they will check all the ships with grain and without the grain that will be moving to our ports, and they will look for weapons, because Russia is saying that we're gonna smuggle weapons in those ships. They're usually making some crazy points about that, some excuses, some stupid excuses. They will be overseeing that. Ukraine is also needed to demine the the water. Yeah, those water around the ports that Russia mined.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, I didn't even think
Yeah,
about that. Are like,
Russia.
I guess, yeah, most of the water around the ports is probably like fucking impossibly dangerous right now anyway, right?
Yes, Russians in the beginning of this war. Yeah, Russian propaganda is what they are working with every day.
Yeah,
I
well, that's
was
where they're most powerful is in misinformation. It seems anyway, just historically anyway. That's how they keep their fucking people from not burning the whole goddamn fucking city down over there.
Yeah, those bastards are spending billions of dollars on that propaganda. The ports are where the missile strikes. Yeah, definitely. But not only ports, they strike all of our country. And what else? We need are coming from, missile strikes coming from. But it's not our ports that some of ports are already conquered by Russians, like in Azov Sea and Crimea ports are controlled by Russians. But we have like a biggest port in Ukraine, Odessa,
Yeah,
in Odessa, and it is ours. It is just blocked by mines around it in the sea because Russians mined everything around Odessa like in the first days of war. And we need to demine it. I guess it will take like 2 months, maybe
I
even
imagine.
more.
Yeah, I imagine that's probably a pretty slow process. Like, I mean, they're
Definitely.
mines, right? So, jeez.
Uh, yes, and then we have some risks that Russia will make some provocations. They will also be trying to. I forgot the word. Do you have the word descent? This? What? No, no. Those Marines when they land somewhere
Oh, like the
from
paratrooper dudes?
paratroopers, but from the sea. The
Oh,
Marines.
Navy SEALs?
Yeah, Navy SEALs, they can try to put them through those corridors on our
Yeah.
land. Oh, Jet knows my ex is from Russia.
Yeah, yeah. Gideon's ex is from Russia, yeah. Yeah. So,
uh, Gideon, you need to tell me your story someday
absolutely.
about
He's got a
about
long
your
one.
ex.
He's got a long story for you, for sure.
Yeah. So about that, it's still not agreed yet. We will see. I will update you next week about that if agreement will be signed, and let's hope it's gonna work because we need that money from those
Yeah.
grain
Well, exactly. That's like
storages.
what keeps your guys' economy afloat in, you know, regular times, right? And having that cut off is just fucking awful.
Yeah, I'm not sure what percentage of our economy hold on that, but some saying it's a huge number.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
half
Well,
of.
it's your main export, right? So, like,
Yeah,
you know,
it's our
that's how
main.
you do business with the rest of the world, and they kind of cut that off for you. It's a pretty big hit.
Yeah, those bastards knew where to hit us.
Yep.
What else? About war prisoners and some
Hmm.
freed people. I have some awesome stories,
Yeah.
some nice updates.
Is this yeah? Because that was before we had our hiatus on the streams there, right? Was that there were talks with the UN Security Council about getting prisoners freed? Whatever happened with that?
Yes, something really good happened on June 29th. It was the first big prisoners of war exchange between
Mm.
Russia and Ukraine. We got 144 prisoners of war, and 95 of them are the defenders of Mariupol. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Uh, Let me check. 56 of them were from Azovstal,
Yeah.
that plant, that huge plant.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, By the way, I forgot. Did I discuss with you though that they were took prisoners?
Yeah, yeah,
As
no, exactly.
prisoners?
Because I heard all about like when them taking the prisoners, and then I also heard that they were essentially like arresting some prisoners of war under like militia laws because they were essentially having their own definition for the prisoners they were taking as like, you know, as non-government sanctioned militants. So they were using that as like a loophole to not, or trying to use that as a loophole to not exchange prisoners of war, last I heard. But I didn't get any further updates on that. And I'll just
Well,
one sec. Yes, Gideon Grains. That's what we were talking about. Okay.
sorry, Gideon,
Yeah.
that I didn't answer. I just need to keep a lot of stuff in mind right now. What else? I wanted to say that we got some members of Azov from Mariupol, and it's already a big progress because Russia didn't want to exchange any of them in no circumstances, in no conditions. Yeah, not
Yeah.
circumstances.
Yeah.
In no conditions, and they are the main enemy of Russia. Azov battalion, not battalion. I'm not good at those numbers of soldiers. You know, the formations they
Yeah, me
call them.
neither.
Battalions,
Yeah.
brigades. I don't know.
Exactly. I don't know which is which. I've heard all the words, but I don't know what they like. I don't know exactly what they
Yeah,
you know.
same shit. We have the word polk here, and I don't even know the translation
I've never
on
even heard
English.
that one.
Yes. So this polk Azov is one of the most like the biggest threats for Russia propaganda. They were focusing, that propaganda were focusing on them for the last 8 years and saying that they are the most nationalist battalions in our country. We
Okay,
don't have
yeah,
that. But their propaganda were saying that shit. And so freeing some of them is a big like loss for those bastards. Like, I mean, punch from us in their nuts.
yeah. Yeah, totally.
Gideon is asking where he's from. I'm from Ukraine, it's obviously, right? But in Ukraine, I'm from Donetsk. That was a war zone from 2014. So I knew Russia's face, real face, from 2014. I didn't have, yeah, I had a huge experience with that war for the last 8 years. But what happened in February 24th is just outrageous, and it couldn't be compared with that happened in 2014. The scale of war, the scale of weapons used back then. Yeah, some people didn't know that Russia invaded Ukraine in 2014. They took some of our territories. It was Donetsk region, which I'm from, and Luhansk region, which is a neighbor of the Donetsk region, and the Crimea Peninsula. Crimea is a huge peninsula we have on south of our territory. And it was brutally taken. It was first territory that was taken. There was not an armed conflict in Crimea because Russians, they just cut off the bottleneck of that peninsula. And our former government didn't do anything. They didn't confront Russia. They simply gave Russia the Crimea. Like, take it. Okay. You can take it was outrageous, and we really missed that peninsula because it's Crimea, exactly. I remember when those invasions happened. Yeah, nice. Did you know that? And Crimea was a great part of our country. It was a big tourism part of our country. it's a resort, a huge resort with mountains. We have like, I forgot how it's in English. One climate, we have one climate in all Ukraine, but the other climate, the tropical climate, subtropical climate, we have it only in Crimea.
Yeah.
So it was super exotic part of our country. We all love to spend summertime there. My parents took me there since I was like 10 years old, and I was spending every summer, almost every summer there until 2014. So I guess I was like 23 years old when they took our Crimea. And yeah, it was a huge loss. I miss it, and I really am waiting for our troops to take it back, because we all want to go there and just lie there on a beach at least at least once a year. And not only, it's a beautiful place. There's a lot of historical sites in there too.
Well,
A
yeah,
lot of
cultural sites and stuff, right? Yeah.
yeah, a lot of palaces and mountain sites. A lot of resorts like for children and for grown people. We had a lot of government resorts there from they were built in Soviet Union, but they were Ukrainian after that, after 1991. And Crimea is a huge pain for us. But it's going to be Ukrainian, fully Ukrainian again, because it was always Ukrainian. Crimea is Ukraine, as we all say in here. So this is something that will be celebrated here so fucking much for a long time when we're gonna take it back.
Yeah.
I lost myself there. I mean, where did I start this one? About how did I came to Crimea?
Yeah, we're just talking about, like, you know, because Gideon had asked where you were from, right? So then you're talking about like the region you came from, the war starting there in 2014, Crimea invasion, that kind of stuff.
I remember there was a Putin resort town that was emphasized by American Olympic coverage, then the invasion happened. Yeah, thank you for allowing me to listen. You're welcome. What else? Yes, I was saying that we had some prisoners back. They were also given some interviews already. Not much, I mean, not many interviews, only 3 in almost 3 weeks. But we have 3 interviews with those soldiers. Damn, man, they're such badasses. They are telling such crazy stories. Well, I'm gonna check if those videos have some subtitles, because I want you to see them. Those guys should be heard around the world, and not most, even all of those soldiers that were exchanged, they are seriously wounded. Like some of them. Like, let's say one dude that were given interview, he had 4 bullets in his leg. One bullet was in the S, the other one in the hip, third one in a knee, and the other one in a what did Achilles part was?
Yeah, Achilles tendon, back of your ankle. We call it Achilles tendon. Achilles tendon, Achilles, yeah.
Tendon, okay. Yeah. So that dude had 4 bullets in his leg. Well, technically 3 in the leg and 1 in the S, but it is still a huge injury. But he's planning to get back to war when he recovers. All of them are. Well, those exchanges, they will happen on stages. First, badly wounded soldiers, then some middle wounded, heal. Yeah, definitely heal. Achilles heel. I guess that's the word. Thank you, Gideon. And they have they have our. By the way, I've told you that our. Oh, shit! Sorry, I'm getting tired, so I'm forgetting words.
That's okay. We'll bear with you.
How do you call? CIA is intelligence. Yes, our military intelligence service is. Now it is doing all the job with exchanges, so they know the ways to push on those bastards to get our soldiers back. Only intelligence knows all those dirty secrets of Russian politicians that can make this crazy exchanges happen. We didn't believe that this is possible, to be honest, but no, we believed a bit to our government, who said we need to get them not to die but become prisoners, so we can exchange them. Soldiers of Azovstal. So they decided to make them prisoners, not dead heroes, and they told us, the Ukrainian society, they told us that we will. Sorry. Listen,
it's okay. It's okay.
My thoughts here.
Okay.
That they will exchange them.
Yeah.
It took more than a month to make a first big exchange, but it's happening. The process has started. We had some smaller exchanges before that, like 10 or 11 people, but a huge one happened 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
2 weeks and a half.
And hopefully it's just the first of more, right? Hopefully there's more to come, and soon, right? So
yeah, we're all really hoping for that.
Yeah.
And so also, I wanted to tell you the story of a 16-year-old boy. His name is Vlad Buryak. He's from Zaporizhia. He was taken hostage in the first months of war. He's just a son of the head of one of our region's administrations. So they took their son as prisoner.
Yeah.
He wasn't military, definitely.
He's
16
He's a civilian.
He's just a civilian.
Yeah.
Yes. And he spent 90 days in imprisonment.
Yeah.
In one of those headquarters of Russians on our territory, on our occupied territories. It's a prison. Like they made it a prison. I don't know which was it from the beginning. Maybe it was some school. They can make prisons everywhere on occupied territory.
Retrofit any building into a prison if they want to, right? So
yeah, and any basement can be a torture room, or just a regular room could be a torture room. So that boy came back. And he's given interviews with his dad on his side always, because he's still not grown up.
Yeah,
so
he's a minor, right? Yeah.
He's a minor. He needs to be near his dad. And damn, those things that he's telling us is just crazy. A child didn't should never go through that.
No, absolutely not.
He was not tortured, but he heard a lot of tortures. He's seen a lot of tortures. They made him work for them. They keep him hostage, and they make him a janitor there in the torture rooms. So yeah, he was always near the room. He heard the screaming and moaning and stuff, and he always needed to go into the room and clean it after the tortures.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that's torture too. It's psychological torture, not physical torture, right? So.
Definitely a psychological one. and that boy should always work for them. He also told us a story how one of the tortured guys, who was not a soldier even, he was a civilian, that they tortured for a couple of days, and then they were living, after tortures, they like took him into Vlad's room, and that guy who was tortured, he couldn't make it. I mean, he couldn't bear it, and he cut his veins in front of the boy. Yeah, and what the boy was, yeah, he was comforting him while he was bleeding. That's crazy. Yeah, that's, I guess we're gonna hear a lot of stories like this, and most of them we won't even hear, because
exactly, that's the thing, is these are just the stories we're hearing about, and you got to think that, like, there's a lot of this kind of shit happening, right?
Yeah, and have you read 1984?
Yeah.
Orwell's? Yeah, it's, by the way, my favorite book, and I've yeah, wow, awesome. That's awesome. I definitely need to make a screenshot after that and post it somewhere.
Hell yeah.
Or just keep it for memory, and post it, of course, to keep it as a memory. What I was saying, that prisoners are saying that, I mean, what they are telling us is making me see that what's happening there in those prisons, it's, they're breaking people like ink salts in 1984.
Mm-hmm.
They really are just trying to break people so they can love the big brother, not cancel. That's their only option in the end. They're breaking them psychologically and physically all the time. We also had one prisoner returned, exchanged. It's a medic. She's not a bottle medic. I guess she's just a paramedic in Ukrainian army. I guess there's a difference between them. I'm not sure, but
yeah, well, the paramedics are like the field medics, right? Like the ones that are out and about, and then the other ones are the stay back at the medical camp kind of facility medics, right?
yes. So she was taken captive in the beginning of war in Mariupol. She was not part of Azov, but we all knew her. She's famous in Ukraine. Her name is Taira. She's beloved in here because she's like a famous entrepreneur, like not entrepreneur, okay, volunteer who was like encouraging people to help Mariupol, and she was there. And the first days, she wake up to a war in Mariupol. EMT, yeah, thank you for the word. And what, she came back, and she started. It was months ago. She was exchanged months ago, and I saw an interview of her a couple of days ago. She told us that Russians were. Well, she didn't say what they were doing specifically with tortures. She said that she preferred not to say that. Well, it's also dangerous, not only for her, but she said, for example, that they are making prisoners sing, first learn, and sing Russian hymn like from 5 to 20 times per day.
Oh my God, that's creepy.
They're making people, yeah, that's fucking creepy, and it sounds really like well, they're also making them some kind of they are always trying to convince them that Russia is good, that Ukraine has already fallen, because they don't have any information. They don't have internet there. and they're always convincing them in in Russian peace and world, and they are trying to make them believe that everything is lost, to lose hope, and they are just crucial and, I mean, cruel, not crucial. Crazy stuff is happening there, and she said that she said that there's really hard to have some hope in there, because the atmosphere, I mean, you know what I mean by the atmosphere,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The moral atmosphere there is really hard to bear, and some people are maybe breaking. We don't know about that, but she said that we need to free all of our prisoners, because they are really in a bad conditions there. Oh, well, by the way, they are also keeping them like in one cell that is 3 meters on 6 meters, like it's for 4 people. They're keeping 20 people there in that cell.
Yeah, just terrible conditions.
Terrible conditions. I don't think they can move freely, because that's such a number of people.
Yeah, they're packed in there.
They're really packed. Such a crazy word. And those guys who were wounded, they were not allowed to get up from bed, only to go to the toilet. Can you imagine? They spent like 2 months just lying on the bed. It's psychologically really hard to bear that shit. Well, they're fucking fascists. They're Russians. I mean, Russians are so damn cruel and ruthless to everyone, not only to our people, but to their own people.
Yeah, to their own people as well.
And yeah, that system should not exist. It must fall as soon as possible. And we need to make world unite against them, because if they will spread more, if they will keep their power, and they can terrorize more countries, and this shit can happen to more and more countries. It's just like Germany in 1939. They started with Poland, and they went further. They conquered all the Europe. Then they started conquering Russia, also Africa, as you remember. Mm-hmm. They went further and further, and yeah, if they were stopped in 1939 with, like, you know, the unity of the world,
yeah,
this could be prevented. Yes, I wanted to read some messages that I missed.
Yep.
Trauma is triage field are responding.
He's talking about the medics there.
Oh, okay. Got it. Well, the first time I have great people talk about the war since Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. Because attention spans are so short. People of Ukraine are still in my heart. Oh, thank you. Let's go, BC.
Yeah, that's my buddy Tyler. Thanks, Tyler. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Tyler. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you, Jed, for bringing more people, because it's, you know, my followers, they didn't follow me for politics or war, and they wanted to see some content, you know, the entertainment.
Yeah, they're here for the Apex. Right.
Unfortunately, I cannot do that now, so no. I need more followers who are interested in truths about Ukraine and about war. So if you guys will follow me, I'll be grateful. And come to our streams. We're going to be streaming, I guess, Sunday is...
Yeah, Sunday seems to work better. Like, I don't know. Sunday's working better.
Definitely. It's working better than Saturday.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's we're gonna be doing this each Sunday, and we will be trying to gather more people, because the world need to know more, because some topics are not discussed around the world. Some topics are local. They can be huge here, but they can be just a buzz somewhere, or didn't even exist in the world. Let's see. Hey Jet, talk later. Rick, it's been an honor to listen and conversation with you. Thank you, Gideon. It was really a pleasure to have you here.
Yeah, thanks for coming, Gid.
To be active in a conversation. That's what I need. I need to answer some questions, because if people are interested, I'm always here to answer everything. And I'm really happy to have you, Jet, because
of course, yeah, happy to be here always, man.
You're awesome. Peace,
awesome.
Gentlemen. Peace, Gideon.
Have a good one, Gid.
Well, I guess the time is almost up. Like, we have maybe 2 minutes more.
Yeah.
What didn't I tell you from what I wanted? Yes, I've heard a great thing yesterday. Listen, $1 you donate for Ukrainian army saves $10 you donate for Ukrainian refugees. People around the world are really, they don't really see that they can donate to army. Well, they don't have a tradition. They have the tradition to always make donations to humanitarian organizations.
Exactly, yeah.
The problem is, we here, first thing, the priority here is army, because we need to get Russia to fuck off from us, from our land, and we need to do it fast. And the more they are here on our land, the more, and not only in our land, the more this war is going on. The more,
yeah, it just exacerbates the humanitarian crisis, right? Which,
yes, humanitarian crisis will grow. This is why we need to donate, get donations to our army. By the way, now there's also a second rule that I didn't realize for a long time, that every donation matters, even if it's, let's say, $1, maybe once a week, once a month, even a small donation that's regular can really help.
Because, yeah, it all adds up.
Yeah, this is why I started to make small donations, like a couple of dollars each week, to some. We have a lot of requests here from exact people. I mean, not exact, from
specific.
Specific.
Yeah.
Thank you. From specific people who's on front lines, and they're always saying, dudes, we need let's say a vest, protection vests. How do you call them?
Yeah, bulletproof
vests, or something
vests.
else.
Body armor.
Or helmets.
Yeah.
Or maybe the optics for the rifle.
Yeah.
Or how do you call those things that you can see in the night? Night vision. Sometimes they need night vision. So this is really easy to donate in here, and to see what you're donating for.
Yeah, right? Exactly. I saw a video that talked about that. I'll try and find it after, and then I'm sure you've seen it too, but it was like showing like what your military essentially supplies for the soldiers, and then all of the extra shit that they buy themselves through fundraising, right? And that is the optics, the extra stuff that just makes their operations easier, right? So that shit is very important.
Yeah, sometimes it's important shit that is small, like boots, or maybe
exactly.
But they still need to buy it themselves, and we're helping them with this. So $1 you donate for Ukrainian army saves $10 you donate for Ukrainian refugees. I will be saying this more, and I will be writing this more, because that's really a good point. And yes, how many topics that I missed today. Well, I guess only 2 of them, so it's pretty good result.
Yeah,
It is very good.
not bad.
Yeah, thank you, Jed. Thank you for this great stream today.
Always, man, always, and we'll be at it again next week.
Yeah, thank you for bringing people. Keep bringing more people. I will try to connect my people, and let's grow this because it's really important, I guess.
Yeah.
And I seem to have more energy for this, by the way. 5 videos that we already recorded from last streams, I posted it on YouTube. This is why this one will be posted tomorrow too. I finally started it as I promised it to myself and to you, Jed. So
That's awesome.
you can go to YouTube and like it for it to be shown maybe to one extra person or something.
Exactly. I'll like and comment on all of them.
Awesome. Thank you. I will be providing the description with topics we were discussing from this one. I'm not going to do it for the previous ones.
Yeah, that's
but
okay.
From this one, I'm definitely going to cover some topics for people to see what they can hear about in this one.
Awesome.
Great, Chad.
Cool.
Once again, I thank you. I wish you a great day, a great week. I wish some awesome fucking victories for us this week, upcoming week. And no fucking losses and no terroristic acts. Let it be a great week. And Slava Ukraini.
Glory to heroes, my friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
So glory to heroes, and see you next time. Bye, Jeff.
Next time.